playing with who? With who? It's obvious. It's like I said, there's going to be pains at the start of the season, and it's starting already.
It was good with Josh and Florian Jacquet tonight. What can you tell us about Florian, his evolution as a player this season?
Yeah, I mean, they need someone tough to be out there with them, right? So I'll be guarding them.
That guy squared. A mismatch. Jake Evans is down, and McEwen had.
The management staff are banging their heads against the wall, trying to figure out how to make Demidov, Dach, and Laine work. But they're in Quebec City tonight. They're playing against the Ottawa Senators. Second last preseason game of the season. They need to figure something out, and they need to do it quick. But how did they play tonight? Let's talk about it. So that was definitely an Ottawa versus Montreal preseason game. We're used to these now, I think. Very messy, very weird, and you kind of knew it was going to go this way when you looked at the lineup. What a bizarre lineup, and I had all sorts of theories on what Martin St. Louis and the management team were doing with it. Before we get into the video, and I'm going to get into this quick, and I'm going to try to do this quick because I'm a little bit behind schedule. I want to thank you for your support. You guys have been awesome. The comments on these videos have been hilarious. I love this community. I love the things that you guys are saying. You're so positive, but like a funny community. So I appreciate it so much. Those of you who aren't part of the community yet, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of the community. We're on our way to 16,000 subscribers with the next big benchmark of 20,000 subscribers. Can we hit 16,000 before the season starts? So it's a preseason game, but there's a lot of implications on the line here. Lots of young players trying out. And after this game, this is the last cut. We might see what you can expect for a lineup on Saturday when Montreal faces off against Ottawa again. But let's start where we always start. La formation de départ. The formation of départ. Now it's the starting lineup in English. Nos attaquants are forwards. We have Bolduc, Dach, Gallagher, Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov, Veleno, Beck, Laine, Florian Jacquet, Evans, Anderson. Is it weird yet? It's definitely weird. What they did here, and this is my theory, they broke up Dach, Demidov, Laine. There's a defensive funk on that second line. Play with these guys. These guys have proven they can combat hard in the defensive zone. Follow their lead. Maybe you guys will learn something. Maybe that's a little bit condescending. I think that they know what they need to do. They just need to do it. They need to put some oomph into it, you know? But can I just say, I do really like that Evans, Jacquet, Anderson line. That's a fun line. The big boy line, right? Anyway, continuing. No défenseur or defenseman. We got Matheson, Engstrom, Jacquet, Hutson, Struble, Carrier. So even the defense is different. And you know what? It all worked out. It really all of it worked out, including no gardien, our goalie, Dobes. So let's recap this game because it's a fun one. They dropped the puck, and you know what? They're in Quebec City tonight. They're playing in the Ramparts home arena, Les Remparts. Something I noticed right away is Dach's playing with some amount of energy. He's forechecking, backchecking. I like his game. I'm trying to be positive, and maybe it's gonna work out for me. And Montreal gets on the board early, so another reason to be positive.
Out there. Spinning around was Demidov. Creates some space. He'll lay it back. Little backhand dish. Pass in front. Score!
Oliver Kapanen makes it 1-0. What you don't see here is Demidov entering the zone, creates some space, some room, some time, dishes it off to Matheson, Newhook, and Newhook finds Kapanen in front. More action for you because Florian is going to find a reason to fight with Yannick.
And we just talked about him, Florian Jacquet.
Spirited tilt here. Florian is able to get some more bombs in on Yannick. Yannick doesn't really get started, honestly, but he gets one off before Florian puts him down. I think it's easy to call this one for Florian, and he looked thrilled about it.
As he pumps up the crowd here.
Now we see a scary moment when Gallagher has to haul the puck off the goal line. I think Dobes lost it there, but he got a chunk of it, enough to keep it out of the net with a little bit of help from Gallagher. Now, how do I want to approach this? Because Kirby Dach does something amazing here, but he also flubs a pass from Demidov. Demidov gives Dach a little bit of a hot potato. Dach loses the puck, it gets turned over, and suddenly it's a 2-on-0. But I think that what happens next is more important than if he would have picked up the puck and moved up the ice with it. He gets back. He puts in the work. He gets back. He shuts down a 2-on-0, and my confidence in Dach is starting to rise. That's going to be the end of the first period. Montreal is controlling the game. They look fully in the driver's seat, but it's only a 1-goal game. The second period starts. Nick Cousins is sabotaging his team, and he'll continue to do that this game. He takes a penalty for holding on Demidov behind the play, so the Canadiens go on the power play. And what happens quite often on the power play when Laine is in the game?
Waiting, being patient with the puck. Demidov, Laine, one-time drive, score!
Yeah, this is going to be a Demidov to Laine connection. You knew it was going to happen, and the Habs punish Cousins. 2-0. Montreal has all the momentum, and they're going to continue with the momentum.
Carrier. Alexandre Carrier walking in, shoot, score! What a rocket!
Alexandre Carrier, 3-0, baby. And top shelf. What a great little wrister by Carrier here. Like, just shelves it. Fantastic. It was ambitious with it. Got into the slot, puts it up. Still in the second period. Not sure how this doesn't go in, but it's insane how Lane Hutson can just create chaos out of thin air. He gets past his guy, he gets past another guy, puts it in front, and all sorts of things start happening. Now the tone of the game is going to change into a sour one. This kid named Hutson just starts hauling off on Carrier. Carrier came back into the play after Hutson got new hook from behind. Hutson was already getting called, so I guess he figures why not just start punching for no reason. Well, that's the type of stuff that gets you into trouble. Bad blood starts from this. There's a conversation about, hey, your guy is he's got a dirty butt. So words are being shared between the benches. Jackeye and McEwen are talking. Arbor, that is. Struble and Janik are talking a little bit, and things erupt.
Zach Look McEwen. Out. Yeah, Zach McEwen now. Arbor, Jackeye. Oh.
We get a shot of Janik grabbing Struble's undercarriage for some reason, and when he gets up, he's busted up like a tomato. I will say this here, and I'm hoping that the one or two Ottawa fans that are in my comments from time to time, just joking, Ottawa fans, there's a bunch of you, maybe not, specifically to this channel, but I do remember a few Ottawa fans that say they like watching my stuff, and you're welcome here. This is not a battle zone between Montreal Canadiens and Ottawa fans. We're all friends here. And that's a good lesson to the community. In the comments, we're all friends. No need to be nasty. Sometimes I see it get a little bit nasty, and I don't like that. But again, to support my Ottawa friends, Montreal isn't completely clean here. Struble cross-checks Janik, and that's what sets off McEwen. However, McEwen acts like Jackeye kind of just went off on him. He acts like McEwen acts like he wasn't ready. But McEwen's gloves are off, and he lunges at Jackeye. Then Jackeye just starts feeding him. And I think that McEwen kind of had his pride hurt a little bit. But still, it's very messy. And furthermore, Montreal comes off of this on a 2-man advantage. There's not a world where that should have happened. Obviously, the refs are in preseason form, although I've seen crazier stuff in the season. Regardless, Montreal is now on a 5-on-3. But we're nearing the end of the second period. We're going to have to continue into the third. And I'll give Ottawa credit here. They kill off that 5-on-3. That should have gave them some momentum, but we're starting the third period. Jackeye is in the box. Montreal is still on the power play, which, like I said, should be huge. But shortly after, Demidov makes the Senators take another penalty. So we're now on the power play and
minutes of play. Face-off win. Lane Hutson in. Wrist shot, score! Lane Hutson.
Yeah, Hutson makes it 4-0. Nice draw. Hutson gets the puck. He gets greedy with it, which he usually doesn't, but he finds a shot with traffic in front and makes no mistake. 4-0 for the Montreal Canadiens. It's getting a little bit embarrassing now here for the Ottawa Senators. There's some bright spots, namely Jake Sanderson. But you feel like one or two more things and it's the whole thing's going to boil over worse than it already is. And that's exactly what happens. McEwen puts Evans into the bench. Arbor Jackeye doesn't like that. Florian Jackeye doesn't like that. This was like setting off a bomb. Both Jackeyes are going to get the game here. So is McEwen.
Team McEwen, and man, more bad blood brewing over into the third period, and you have Jackeye squared.
And we're hoping that that calms down the temperature of the game. Personally, I would have liked to see it keep going, but it does calm down the temperature of the game for a while. Then Demidov gets slashed on the wrist. He's showing like he's in pain. He's going off onto the bench. This is Cousins that does it. I don't have a great opinion of Cousins in the first place. I need to know if Demidov is all right. They show him again on the bench, like massaging his wrist, but he does eventually come back to the game, and I'm just completely relieved. So it's already 4-0. Montreal's run up the score pretty bad, but they don't stop.
These characters on their first power play.
In front, Kirby Dach score!
Kirby Dach makes it 5-0. Dach enters the zone with a ton of defenders on him. He dishes the puck to Gallagher. Gallagher flips it in front, and then Dach scoops the puck in midair. Talk about great coordination. And just when you thought that all the rough stuff was over with, this some frustrated loser kid named Durango cross-checks Dach, grabs him and starts swinging. It's very bizarre and just not in the spirit of the game. I think he gets a major for this. They were unclear about how that penalty was served, but the Senators are essentially on a penalty kill for the rest of the game. And Montreal, you know what? They don't provoke them any further. They don't try to run up the score any further. Dobes is going to get a shutout, but he wasn't really tested much this game, if I'm being honest. And another weird game in the books. If the coaching staff was trying to make some decisions about what to do next, who's making the team, who's making the lineup, it's a weird one to do that. But honestly, it's, like I said, it's Kapanen and Veleno, which saddens me a little bit because I really like Florian. I think Florian could be called up. I think Florian could be a black ace in the playoffs easily. I think that Beck could be called up as well. Beck is more of a business-like player. Honestly, I don't know if there's anything that Beck does a whole lot better than Kapanen. I was really pulling for Beck. There's things that Beck does, or there's been a couple of flashes that Beck has had that made me think that he was a more skilled player than Kapanen. But Kapanen just acts like he's meant to be there. And he had I wish I could see the shots that he had this game. Can I find the box score for this actually? Not preseason, right? I can find it. Oliver Kapanen, 6 shots. Yeah, Kapanen, he had a great game. And you know what? Great preseason, great training camp. So I think I think he's earned a spot. Let me know what you think about that. That's going to do it. I'm going to end it right there, guys. Again, thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate y'all. Just been having so much fun, and it's just preseason. I've got some fun things planned for the season when it starts. We're going to have a great season, guys. It's really going to be fun, guys and girls. Hope you're all doing well. There's a few of you. I noticed you haven't commented in a while. I really hope that everyone's all right. I hope that everybody's just kind of taking a YouTube hiatus while they wait for the season to start. But I've been seeing Dave and Neil and Josh. Vaticans was in there. Well, he's been missing for a little while. I'm still missing Debbie. Hope she's okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. You know what to do. Like the video. It helps me out with probably watch page. Show how much I get shown in the watch page. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you as part of the community. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.
Bonsoir.